everyone, this is Maria and welcome to my Christmas craft countdown. We're going to start this off with a countdown to Christmas candy calendar. That's a lot of fun to make and a lot of fun to eat. And this is what you're going to end up with. It takes about a couple of hours to make this, maybe. And once you make one, it might take you a little bit less time. But the first one, I would say about 2 hours. And there's a little jingle bell at the bottom. Anyways, it's really cute and festive. Kids will love it. Even the grown-ups will love it. And so anyways, this is what you're going to need to make yours. You're going to need some computer paper to make a pattern, and you just need 4 pieces. And let's see, you're going to need a pencil, some scissors, and some tape. I use masking tape. Any tape will do. Let's see, you're also going to need some felt. 1.25 yards should be enough because it's pretty long, so you want to make sure you have like 1.25 yards. If you want to make several, you can probably get 8 or 9 out of this 1.25 yards. I got mine at Joann's and I used my coupons. Okay, and you're going to need some rickrack. You want to use festive colors. I use red and green. You also are going to need some thread, cotton thread. And so again, you want the thread to match your rickrack. Okay? And then you're going to need some ribbon. I used, let's see, this is 1/4 inch, but actually the one that I bought over 20 years ago had like an 1/8 inch wide ribbon. I think that one probably works a little better, but this will work too. I just happen to have this and so I used it. And so let's see, and then you're going to need some jingle bells. I got these at Joann's also. They're 1 inch wide. And you can use your coupons. I hardly ever pay full retail. I love using my Joann and Michael's coupons. You're going to need some candy. I love the peppermint Tootsie Pops. They're really good. But you can also use Lollipops or anything like that. And, oops, upside down. And one fell on the floor. But you can use candy canes also. Okay? And then you also, instead of having the one that I bought, here it is. There's the angel. The original one that I bought over 20 years ago. And I found these instead over at Home Depot. I thought, you know what? I like things that are quick and easy so I can get back to my writing. And so with this, I paid less than $2 at Home Depot. You can just hot glue it on and it looks just as cute. Or if you want to be more creative and you have more time that you want to spend on it, go ahead and make something. Or you can use any type of ornament. Okay, so let's get started. Let me move this over to my chair. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is make your pattern, and that's really super simple. You want, it's 39 inches long, so you're going to have to, here you go, take 4 pieces of paper going across, so you have the length, okay? Once you do that, you're going to, there it is, you can see the tape on the back of the paper. You're going to measure out 39 inches long, okay? So, it's kind of long. You just lay it out on a table. I have a craft table here. So, 39 inches long, 3.5 inches across. There you go. 39 inches long, 3.5 inches across. You're going to have a point at the end. I already cut this one, but I'll go ahead and show you how to do it because you're going to have 2 flat edges here. So, it's really super simple. You're just going to snip off like that right there. The ends and snip off the other one, and there you go. Kind of looks like a tie. But anyways, so that's super simple. And once you have your pattern, you're ready to go. So you're going to lay out your felt next, okay? And you're going to pin your pattern down, and then you're going to cut it out. And that's really super simple. And when you put your paper down, your pattern, I just put straight pins going all the way down to make sure I held it securely to the felt, okay? And you can see the pins on the back. Okay, once you do that, let me set that aside. Then the next step is you're going to sew on your rickrack, okay? You can see I still have the pins in here, so you want to keep those pins in just to make sure it stays aligned, okay? And then you're going to take your rickrack. Oh, by the way, you'll need a sewing machine. I don't know if you could hot glue some of this. You might want to try, or maybe even sew by hand. But I just use a straight stitch on here. It's super simple. So you're going to start on one side, and you're going to sew all the way down, okay? And it takes almost a package. You have a little bit left, and you're going to sew it like that, and then you're going to sort of just curve it around like that. I don't know if you can see that. And then there, and then you're going to go all the way down the other side, okay? And then when you get down to the top part, the square part, you're going to have the opening there. So you want to take a little piece of ribbon, like maybe 6 inches, or you can, on one of mine I even used some of this leftover rickrack, and you're going to make a loop, just sort of loop it together, and then sew across to close it. Okay, it's really super simple. So there you go. That was the next step. And then the next step is your ribbon. You want to put your ribbons on, and so you've taken the pins off and you've laid your ribbon out. Okay, and by the way, I cut my ribbon out ahead of time, and I'll show you. You're going to use 6-inch ribbons that go across. So what I did to save some time was I measured out, I think it's 12 inches. I'm sorry, 12 inches across. So I measured out 24 inches, and then I just folded it in half, and it's super simple, and then just snip. So then I have 2. And so then I just went ahead and did my 24 ribbons and put them in a pile, and I have them ready to go. And if you're going to make more than one, you can just do a whole bunch of them at one time. It saves time. And so anyways, then you're going to pin down your ribbons. And I left a space about 1 inch in between because my ribbon is 1/4 inch wide. Okay? But when I went to put the candies on, I noticed it was a little tight, a little crowded. So I think you might be better off going with the other ribbon instead. Let's see, where is that? Here it is. I want to show it to you. I want to show you the difference. Because she used 1/8 of an inch wide on the ribbon, and so she was able to leave a little bit more space. Like I measured it was 1.5 inches versus my inch. So it's up to you what you want to do. Either way works. I mean, I was happy with the outcome. So you're going to pin those on, okay? And once you pin them on, you can see the pins on the back. Then you're going to start. And by the way, I lay the whole thing out and just lay them out flat and pin them. And then I take it to my sewing machine, or if you want to sew them by hand, and I just start stitching down, and I lock the stitch, go back up, down, up again. I want to make sure it's really secure because the one I had when the boys were little, one of the ribbons had come off. So I didn't want that to happen to whoever I give this to. So anyway, so I went ahead and sewed them on, and I just sewed some of them on. You can see some of the pins. And you want to be careful when you're sewing them to hold the ribbon so the machine doesn't catch like it did this one. So, but don't panic if this happens. All you have to do is what I'm going to do, and I'll do it right now, is I'm just going to snip that off like that. And then I'm going to snip this piece off like that. But I think it might be too short on this end. So what I'm going to do is just take another piece of ribbon. And let's see if I can find that one. It's hidden here somewhere. But anyways, what I'm going to do is just snip it off on both sides there. And then take the new ribbon and lay it down on top and sew it. So I'll sort of camouflage it. And the candy will cover that up too. So that's the second step, to sew on your ribbons. Okay. The next step, we're really progressing here. You can see here where I went ahead and used some of the rickrack for the top because I didn't have any green ribbon. So that works. And so here I have all the ribbons sewn on. Didn't catch any on the back of this one. And then I went ahead and added my jingle bell. And I sewed that on by hand. So there you go. There's the loop. There's all the rickrack sewn on. All the ribbons are on. Remember when you put those ribbons on, just lay it out flat and lay out the ribbons flat and pin them down and then sew them on. And this is what you'll end up with. Okay? And then if you want to, remember I have a little snowman on this one. They had 3 different kinds. I got the reindeer, and I got a cute little penguin. And then here's the snowman. So all you have